smash the subscribe and like button. And don't forget to hit the bell so you don't miss out on any action.
Hit it down below.
Crosscar final coming up for you next. Jamie Osterberg on the front row with Ronald Bowdins, Isaac Eganson, Reinis Nittisch, Isak Grierson and Pasi Penttinen. Good start by Osterberg and Bowdins on row 1. On row 2 going backwards. Eganson's gone straight to the back of the pack. Problem for him on the inside line. Coming in, Isak Grierson coming in hot. Round the outside though, Penttinen trying to move. Sticks it in the gravel on the outside. Can't quite make that work. And it is Osterberg who leads at the end of the straight from Bowdins.
Not a great start from Isaac Eganson. I think Reinis Nittisch had that plan all along to go to the Joker again, just like he did in the semi-final. Unfortunately for him, he's followed. Now maybe it's Ryerson he's followed down. We're very far away now. I can't see who's going on. Critically, Osterberg's leading up front. Baldwin's doing another great job ahead of Penttinen. Once the timing screen updates, so we see in the background who's leading. I think it might be Ryerson who was the leader of those into the Joe Clap. Can't quite see yet again. I'm sure it'll be Ryerson. Reinis Nittisch knew all along. Penttinen runs wide on the exit of the final corner on the first lap. It is Ryerson in the leader of those three that joker. Penttinen jokers now. Ryerson's going to clear him. Ryerson can be on an absolute mission to get on the podium.
Fantastic start. Just so super busy. Osterberg did really well to get out in front. The move around the outside, I think, was a good try. And looking up the inside, bit of contact there for Nittisch. Does well to avoid those markers. Kind of pushed into them there. I don't know that you would have been able to give him the same penalty you give McConnell for that.
No, he's well up the inside, wasn't he? Whereas Fraser did have a good old lean on the back of Juha Ryktonen's Fiesta. Reinis was well up the inside. That hasn't worked out for Reinis at all, has it? Because he was already moving to the inside to try and joker on lap 1 on his own. Bowdins is stopping. That's a disaster.
Oh, Bowdins is out. That is a real shame from P2. Bowdins pulls over to the side of the road. So Osterberg leads from Ryerson and Penttinen. Sideways, a bit too sideways. Ryerson losing some time. Watch for Penttinen. Making a move at the end of the straight. Can't quite get there, surely. Ryerson holding on. These three cars in a train so close together. Now looks to the inside line. Reinis Nittisch looks to the outside.
From all the problems he had in Q3 earlier on today, Reinis is so desperately close to being on the podium here, isn't he? He's all over the back of local driver Penttinen.
Absolutely beautiful light here up at Oulu as we come to the closing stage. It's just Supercar lights and Supercar to go. 3 laps to go and Osterberg out front has 2 laps now, has a commanding lead. What's the gap like?
He's already jokered, so it's largely irrelevant, isn't it? It's got 3.2, he's 3.2 seconds up the road.
Plenty of time. Oh, and having another look. Penttinen's having another look on side. This time does get alongside Ryerson, but can't quite get through. Going to drop back. Watch here for Nittisch. Having a look. Nittisch goes outside. Surely can't go all the way around the outside. Might look to the inside and the exit. Nittisch got great exit speed there. Looks to the inside again now. So Penttinen with that mistake, well, not even a mistake, with the attempt on Ryerson, compromises his own pace and puts him right into the jaws of Reinis Nittisch, but Nittisch can't quite find a way through. The Latvian sort of smoothly fighting with the car in the background, and Ryerson's got just a little bit of breathing space now.
It's now or never for Reinis to get on the podium. He hasn't been on the podium yet this year. I'm sure he's not been on the podium yet this year. In this year of development in his Crosscar machine, he's just dropped a little bit off the back of Penttinen now.
There are there are just 10 points in it between Ryerson and Osterberg in terms of championship standings, and Osterberg is going to take, what, a couple of points, another 3 off. Did Osterberg out-qualify him? I'm trying to remember where he was in qualifying. Could close up the gap, basically, so...
Especially with Holberg out of it.
Yeah, so Osterberg could definitely move up into P2, so... Jimmy Osterberg coming down that gravel straight now. Absolutely epic start for him into the final corner. Takes his first win of the year. So Osterberg was P2 last time out at Hollius. This time it's a win that will see him close the gap in the championship to the man who finished second, Isak Grierson. Jimmy, congratulations, mate. Well done. So that's a first win of the season, but your form seems to be coming in as you get further into the year. That was absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, it feels so good. It's 10 o'clock in the evening and we win the final here, so it feels pretty good.
Oh, amazing. Now, we spoke, mate, after Hollius that you'd been struggling with the car to get it exactly how you wanted it, the compromise between the start and the lap. This track is so different to Hollius, but you've got the car dialed in?
Yeah, we did some testing after Ouluzone, and I struggled a bit in the practice and Q1, and not have the good feeling in Q2 either. So, but after Q3 and semi and final now, so it feels really good. Good starts and good rhythm on the track.
Championship-wise, you'll have closed the gap down a little bit on Isaac Riasson, and obviously Patrick Hallberg's had his problems today, so you're going to move up, I think, to P2 in the standings. 2 rounds to go. This championship fight's alive, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
How are you feeling about tomorrow? All fired up?
Yeah, we'll do some service and hopefully a good sleep. So.
Yeah, no time for celebrating, mate. You're back on track in about 8.5 hours.
Thank you.
Well done. Speak to you later. No, it's 10 o'clock. He was excited. Okay, Supercar lights. Tommy Howman, championship leader, up front with Jon Ouluzone. Fantastic for Ouluzone to be up there as well. Anderson and Aneklev. Anderson is P2 in the series. Aneklev down in P7, and then Schockqvist and Martin Jonsson. Jonsson P5. So Howman versus Ouluzone. Howman with a super smooth start. You saw the nose of Ouluzonen's car come up, but he's not going to beat Nils Andersen to the inside line. Nils Andersen coming down, and Aneklev coming in hot behind. Where's Andersen going to go? Goes Joker on lap 1, so Nils Andersen has immediately gone Joker, and that's left Howman and Ouluzone out in the lead with Aneklev in behind.
Great composure from Aneklev. He went to the inside just as he did quite a few times in qualifying earlier today. But with Nils Andersen going in, he decided not to take the Joker and go wide and stay on the standard lap. This is critical because Nils Andersen's in the title hunt, isn't he? He's right up there with Tommy Howman. He's running in clear air. Howman's got his teammate Jon Ouluzone behind. The best scenario now with Tommy Howman to win it for him is for Howman to win this race and Ouluzone to take points off Nils Andersen, and that's what they'll be looking to do.
Yeah, bit of tactical business going on. Howman's start was great. The difference between him and Ouluzone, the nose rose immediately, but it didn't seem to go forward as quickly as Howman.
I wonder if he's struggling a bit for tyres, Ouluzone, and he shouldn't be because he'd have had more new tyres than the other drivers today.
And tomorrow that's going to be even for everyone, isn't it? Because anyone who's taken part today will have to use some of their tyres from today tomorrow, so 4 used and 4 new. So any tyre games tomorrow will be all square.
The rear just looks a little bit loose on the back of Ouluzonen's car, sorry, compared to teammate Howman. First time Howman's had anyone to compare any data with this year. First time he's had the set team around with him. He's done most of it on his own. There were some guys there with him, Julius just keeping an eye, but really this is a family effort. To have his friend and colleague Ouluzone here he has so much value in another pair of hands, another set of eyes, just to see what you're doing and help you move along.
Yeah, certainly is.
This is a great performance from Niklas Aneklev as well. I think he's really stepped up this weekend.
You said about blowing hot and cold. Howland this weekend certainly blowing hot, doing a really, really good job. So Howman leading from Ouluzone. Come from such similar backgrounds, don't they? You know, the esports, the RX Academy.
They didn't know each other really because they come from different initial backgrounds. Ouluzonen's from karting, Howman's from folk race and rallies. They didn't know each other until they did RX Academy with Jussi Pinnamäki and Sami Puumalainen. Became great friends there, and they're working brilliantly together. They work together in esports constantly.
Yeah.
Must be so fun to drive at this level with someone you're really close to.
Yeah, definitely. It's just that one person on the grid who you can trust, isn't it? Doesn't mean they won't try to beat you, but it probably means they won't take you out in turn 1.
Jonas said to me this morning, since they did Academy, they've been dreaming of competing together at a high level, and they talk about it a lot. It's like the Rosberg and Hamilton things. Don't let it go that way, lads. But it's just that you know, that dream of doing something with a friend is wonderful.
Howman leads from Ouluzone, and they've got just this 1 lap to go. Howell's looking at the gaps now.
Stabilised. It's been 6.8 for a couple of laps, or around that for a couple of laps.
So Andersen then, if it's 6.8 back, potentially will get. He should get an Aneklev, shouldn't he? But unlikely.
He'll definitely get an Aneklev. I think he might get Ouluzone as well.
We're going to find out. Howman, Ouluzone, and Aneklev all joker now. Watch for Andersen on the outside. It's a perfect line through turn 1. Nils Andersen, who is second in the standings at the moment, will want to get every point he can. Gets around the outside of Ouluzone. holds his line on the brakes. Well done, Nils Andersen. Howman's still there, and it's Howman, of course, we really desperately needed to beat. Howman is 14 points clear, was 14 points clear, and has done another brilliant job here all day long. Coming through the long left and the right. He's just got one corner to go. So Tommy Howman has been on the podium at every event this year. Third at round 1, first at round 2 and 3, third at round 4, and he takes his third win of the season here at Oulu. P2 goes to Nils Andersen, who's second in the standings, and Ouluzone getting P3. And Ouluzone there just having a chat with each other. I wonder why Howman's pulled over. He's getting out of the car. Has he got an issue, maybe? Has Howman got, or is he just going to go and stand on the roof? He's just like, yes, I'm over the moon. Tommy, third win of the year, your 5th podium in a row, but this is a win at home in Finland. How does it feel?
Yeah, it feels amazing. To be honest, Finland and home race, home win, I'm speechless.
Oh, mate, you look really emotional. I saw you get out of the car. Like, I wish there was a massive crowd here for you, because this is an epic performance by you. You're leading the championship now by 22 points from Nils Andersen. I know that won't be on your mind. It will just be the next race, but you're looking forward to tomorrow?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the championship is looking really good now, to be honest. I was quite stressed coming here. You know, it's not good to make a mistake in a championship standing like this, so now it's looking much more comfortable. So just a new race tomorrow, and let's keep the momentum on.
Yeah, okay, a little bit of breathing space for you just with that points advantage. Congratulations, mate. Your consistency and speed have been brilliant, and we're looking forward to seeing if you can take another Finnish win at home.
Thanks a lot.
Well done. One race left to go. Round 5 of RallyX Nordic 2021. Oulu in Finland. On the front row, Niklas Gronholm. Won both races in Holius. Alongside him, he's got Johan Kristoffersson, the 3-time world champion and championship leader. Behind, Kalliokoski and Rutkanen looking for home glory against the big guns. And then Sondre Evjen and Anders Michalak. Oh, it's a great start by Johan Kristoffersson. Going to try and put the squeeze on Gronholm. Gronholm goes the other way. Johan goes out really wide. Going to chuck the car in around the outside. Maybe a little nip on the handbrake. On the limiter, Kristoffersson looking, but Gronholm's got the inside line now. Gronholm finds more traction, gets back past Johan. They pitch it at the end of the straight, up and over the bumps. The Polo pops up high, looks to the inside line again, dives on the brakes, locks the front right wheel. Kalliokoski's in P3. Johan is hunting now Niklas Gronholm. I think he thought he had one shot there at the start. How brilliant move, but Gronholm had the traction on the inside line.
Brilliantly covered off by Niklas Gronholm. It would have been very easy for him to check up too early. Look at the amazing sunset in the background. Would have been too easy for him to check up early and let Kristoffersson get around the outside. Fought back, took back track position, and he's in the pound seat now, isn't he? Now Kristoffersson isn't able to joker early because of the traffic behind. This is going to be really interesting.
I think Rutkanen's gone joker, but I wonder if Rutkanen's maybe got a bit of an issue from how far back he is. It's hard to tell from here.
Look how loose it is now.
Yeah, the end of the straight, so bumpy and loose. Kristoffersson smooth over that. Gronholm drops a wheel on the dirt on the outside. He's having to try hard. Front left puncture. Oh, Gronholm's gone. And as I said, Johan's line was different off that bump at the end of the straight. That awareness was there. So Gronholm's got a puncture. He's going to drop back. Johan Kristoffersson's in the lead. Watch now for Kalliokoski, going to make a move on Gronholm. Gronholm won't be able to hold him off. He might not even try. He doesn't. Niklas Gronholm, from a brilliant start, has picked up a puncture at the end of the straight on those big bumps, just as me and Hal were both saying how bumpy it was. He drops to the back of the pack. It's Kalliokoski in P2.
I'm actually really gutted because that's robbed us of a great battle. I think that was going to be a brilliant display of joker tactics. They've got pretty similar pace. Johan Kristoffersson is so good at just avoiding the little dramas. I'm not saying Niklas did anything wrong.
He was unlucky.
Johan just consumes all of that knowledge, doesn't he? Niklas so unlucky to get that puncture, but it's so rough out there now.
I think that's if you just looked at the attitude of the cars as they came over the bump at the end of the straight on that one lap, and we can see there is that
Kalliokoski's got a problem as well. Evjen's just sunken up the inside of Kalliokoski into the long left-hander. I wonder if he's got a problem. He has. He's dropping back.
So Kristoffersson now leading from Evjen. Evjen is in P3 in the standings, up to P2 now with the lack of Fraser McConnell in this final. 2 laps to go for Kristoffersson. He crosses over the line. Evjen, how far back, and who's jokered? Only Rutkanen's jokered.
Only Rutkanen so far. Evjen's not going either. Evjen's on the back of his former KMS teammate. 2.7 back, so he's not a million miles away.
So Kristoffersson up at the far end of the circuit, Evshen there too. I'm trying to see who's in P3. Is it Kaliakoski or... No, it's Michalak, is it?
Still Kaliakoski currently. He's under pressure from Rukkonen. This is such a far camera angle, isn't it? Rukkönen's gone up the inside of Kaliakoski now.
So Kaliakoski...
I think Rukkonen does have an issue as well, because really he should have eaten up Kaliakoski.
I'm trying to see where... Oh, Kaliakoski locks the wheel. Where is Michalak? Is Kaliakoski on a puncture or a problem? Have a look now.
Yeah,
front right. Front right's down on Kaliakoski, so that's punctures for 2 of the 3 Finns in the final. Not ideal. Johan Kristoffersson goes into the Joker lap now. Flames pop from the back of the polo. Dirt flies up as he comes through the left. Tyre bales have been moved to the Joker lap merge. Evshen comes through around the outside. Rukkonen trying for P2. Evshen going to hold on or not in the background. Rukkonen's got him around the outside. No way! Rukkonen on the dirt takes out one of the
3-second penalty there. No.
Come on! You've got to let them race sometimes. So Rukkonen versus Evshen. Evshen will maybe have a look back. Maybe we'll see the bollards going to think, you know what, you don't need to. But Rukkonen...
He's pulled that out of the bag, hasn't he? Because he was miles away.
Absolutely epic. Johan Kristoffersson coming down to the finish line. Now Kristoffersson wins his 2nd win of the year in P2. He's Rukkonen with a questionable bollard move. And Evshen takes P3. We just cut away from Rukkonen, didn't we, as he went for the move around the outside. Extreme E last weekend, Johan, and now on to winning again in RallyX Nordic. What was the move in the first corner? It looked like you were trying for a round the outside. Didn't quite come off, but we liked it.
Yeah, it wasn't far off, actually. I mean, halfway through, I actually thought I had him. But then he had just a brilliant pace going exit of T1, so... maybe a couple of kilometers too fast into there, but I had to try. I knew that was my only, or not only, but it was definitely my best chance to beat Niklas today. And yeah, I had a plan and I executed it, but Niklas did a great job as well. So, but after that, I really didn't give up as well, because you never know. So I tried to apply pressure, not to let him drive too safely, because both of us felt the massive hit we got in T2 on the first lap. But I wanted to give Niklas to be uncomfortable enough to drive fast enough over that bump, and unfortunately for him, he picked up a puncture, but I managed to don't pick up a puncture. So, and from there on, it was just about to control the gap back to Rukkonen without taking any risks in T2. So, but big thanks to the team. I mean, we had some technical issues this morning, and to be able to fight back with the 29 points today was very, very well. Well done to them. And I have to say that the car, we've tried. I've tried every trick in the book for a circuit racing car on this car as well. So we are keep improving all the time, small bits and tricks everywhere. But and it definitely paid off. The car is better than ever.
Oh, fantastic. Good to hear. Looking forward to tomorrow. Obviously, tyre game's going to be the same for everyone. Tomorrow there are a couple of local drivers who maybe had some extra tyres. Was the tyre situation as bad as you thought it might be this morning or not?
No, it was better. It was definitely better. So, yeah. The small problem we had in FP1 with only doing 1 lap didn't pay off as good as I wanted. But, yeah, let's see tomorrow.
I love that. Fantastic, mate. Well, let's hope you don't have any small problems in free practice tomorrow to save tyres. And we're looking forward to seeing you race. You haven't got time to celebrate. I think you're back out. I'm reckoning the pre-grid will be open in about, what, 9 hours?
Yeah, that's perfect. I don't like to wait. I'm not good on just hanging around without driving cars. So we're just going to split this car now in million pieces during the night. We have a lot of stuff to do, to be honest. But yeah, so just get started.
Okay, I'm going to let you go because I think we're being attacked by 10 million midges out there from the looks of things.
Yeah. See you tomorrow, guys.
Yeah, cheers, Johan. Congrats, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Ciao.
You know, tensions are high, aren't they? And it's only a tiny bit of contact there, really, and big consequences.
Venlainen wants to win at home. You know, Simon Tiger wants to maintain a record, you know, of 6 wins. Right, Crosscar. Hallberg, Aronen, Osterberg, Eganson, Rierson, and Räikkönen. Hallberg and Aronen with good starts. Osterberg 2 from row 2. Osterberg gets up the inside of immediately of Aronen. Locked wheels. Oh, contact there between Riesen's taken out Osterberg. We've got a roll car. It's got to be a red flag, 100%. 3 cars hooked up. Got to be a red flag. That's our 2 championship contenders in there as well. I'll tell you what, if they don't red flag it, or if they don't allow them to restart, this could play into how, yeah, it is a red flag. Right, take a breath. Everyone's getting a little bit wild, aren't they, as we get towards championship point. Nobody really, I think, is going to know what's happened there, are they? Is he pointing, was that you? Or was it you?
This is how badly Riesen wants to look at them. This is how badly they want to get back in this race.
They've all helped each other there to lift that car off. You cannot say fairer than that, can you?
Well, but it's all for their own benefit.
Of course it is.
Riesen's not about to help Aaron put his car back on his wheels. Jimmy Osterberg's going to go around and give him a shove. They've got to move Riesen's car anyway. They're going to drop it onto the back of Riesen's car at the moment. They're just waiting for him to drive out of the way.
Riesen's rear right's broken.
It is, yeah.
Riesen's rear right suspension has collapsed, so unfortunately I think that is a fruitless attempt. He's going to go back and take the start. That'll be his argument, is I want to take the start.
They won't let him.
You don't think?
No.
Sure, a little bet.
Yeah, okay.
No, I agree with you.
I bet you the first beverage.
At 20 quid a round, mate. Okay, here we go.
Massive closing speed in the first corner. I did think as we entered the first corner that they were all carrying a lot of momentum. Isaac Riesen's gone for the inside. I think he's locked up a little bit on the gravel, hasn't he? Aronen's been unlucky. I did think the first time around that what on earth are you doing? But really, it all happened so quickly that he can't just stop. Let's look at it again.
From the top. Osterberg in the black buggy on the inside line is clearly on the inside here. Riesen is coming in hot behind. Riesen gets on the brakes, look. It all looks okay, and then I'm not sure Riesen didn't get the door closed on him from the outside by Aronen.
So I think and that doesn't look great either, does it? Because
really.
I think Aronen was basically stopped and then drove himself into a roll. I don't hold Isaac Riesen responsible for that wholly, because he's carrying his momentum into the first corner, had contact but got pushed onto the loose gravel on the inside, then you just cannot stop.
Yeah, I actually think he did a pretty good job of avoiding everybody from the inside.
Well, he just stood on the brakes at that point and hoped it's going to stop for him, because there's nothing he can do. That's Riesen leaving the grid, not looking very happy at all, is he?
Well, I'm not surprised, because Isaac Riesen at the minute leads the championship by 1 point from Jimmy Osterberg. And he might be about to lose that lead by 7 points. It's
such a frustrating thing to, if you slotted it into a ball while pushing ridiculously hard, you
go, okay, fair enough, I tried. Yeah.
But it's a really clumsy thing to lose out for. Let's look again. So Riesen's having a little look up the inside of Aronen. He's gone up the inside. Look at them, like he's hard on the brakes. You can see by the attitude of the chassis, he's hard on the brakes. They've had wheel-to-wheel contact. That's just popped Riesen up in the air. He's been fired into Osterberg. Nothing either of them can do about that. And Aronen's...
I think Aronen's turned in on Riesen, mate. So if you watch Riesen's Riesen's wheels are dead straight until Aronen comes in.
Until the impact, when it turns the steering.
Can we see it from the drone again, guys, in the truck? Did we have it from the drone? I can't remember.
We did, yeah.
If we could see it from the drone again slowly, that would be awesome, if there's a way to slow it down. They'll be in there cursing us now on the EVS replay.
So they've had some information now. Isaac's running back to the car.
Okay, watch this. Hal. So Osterberg, black buggy. Yeah, behind him, Riesen, white buggy. To the left of Osterberg now is Aronen. So watch. Osterberg's through, yeah? In comes Riesen. Riesen avoids the back of Aronen. He's alongside Aronen now, and the gap is closing, but for me, he's 90% up the inside as Aronen closes the door on him. I personally don't think you can blame Riesen. What do you think?
No, I don't.
I'm not really. The thing is, I'm not really having a massive... Sometimes you go, you muppet, what have you done? We saw a moment like that at Hollius, didn't we? Whereas here, I think you can say, look, that's a racing incident, can't you really? You can't go to Aaron and go, what were you doing? He's in a 6-car bun fight into turn 1.
I think it's maybe the... Yeah, it is the strut.
Yeah, it's the damper. Strut's broken, basically. It's broken the damper shaft off from the bottom.
And if that's all that's broken, that's actually quite a quick fix. It'll be 2 bolts. Do away with the mud guard. I think they'll be allowed to run without that, because it's not like it's a wheel protector. They're just mud flaps, effectively.
Yeah.
So I've said absolutely not, because Osterberg didn't do anything wrong, but it's how they interpret the cause of the red flag. Joel Kristoffersen there on the left, not happy either.
I don't know. No. Only 1 car, not 3.
That's what I said. You're out.
All 3.
All 3.
Right, he said, that's what I say. All three, you are out. Now, Hal's watching his watch because he's seen Joel Kristoffersson pull his phone out of his pocket and he's about to message the RallyX Nordic group. Personally, I think take a breath. It's too late if the decision's been made. But, where's Halberg? Hold on, Hal, just a second. New message from timekeeping.
So that's a black flag for Riasson. That's an exclusion for Riasson that's come up on the time screen. I wonder if they're all three of them are just going to pop up before the start here or not.
Not at this stage, apparently. Well, either way, they're not going to take the start, so Patrick Hallberg can take advantage here. Osterberg and Riasson gone, along with Jarkko Aronen. Hallberg with a great start down towards turn one. Eganson slotting in behind. Oh, come on! We're going to do red flag this and exclude them too. If they're hooked up, there should be another one. Oh, Hallberg's done the right thing to get away there, just from the point of view that it's not causing a red flag. He's not going to win, though. It's going to be Räikkönen.
Does Hallberg have broken rear suspension? I just wonder if the wheel was waggling around a little bit, because if he does and ultimately finishes third in this race, that's good damage limitation for Osterberg and Riasson.
It's going to send us to the final round with pretty incredible points margins. So what would it, 8 for the win, isn't it? 5 for P2 and 4 for P3. So you get 4 for P3. I'm assuming that Osterberg and Riasson will get 0 points if they are excluded.
Well, so Riasson has been excluded, but Osterberg hasn't.
So Riasson's excluded, but I don't know. Do you know what? I don't know. I think we've got to let this one play out and see what happens to the points after. The timing screen, as Hal says, is showing Riasson excluded. And that's showing Aronen ahead of Osterberg. Was Aronen further around the corner than Osterberg? I think, no, Osterberg was the furthest around the corner, wasn't he?
But Aronen qualified on the front row, didn't he? And really the catalyst for that drama in the first corner was Aronen made a pretty poor start. So Aronen had dropped back into the pack. Riasson was coming from the third row up the inside. Osterberg had come from the second row, already up the inside and past Aronen before Aronen and Riasson had the contact. So the catalyst for that was Aronen's poor start, largely irrelevant, but he'll be ahead in... and I don't know if they would award a point for a DNS, because you've still qualified for the final.
That's what I'm saying too.
So I think maybe you would get a point, but Riasson won't get anything.
Riasson will get 0, but are they then going to give a point? Okay, who else now?
67's got a black flag. That's Isaac Eganson from the first corner move in this race. So the white buggy you're seeing running P2 at the moment.
0.
But now that's helped Patrick Hallberg, because Hallberg's running third, we think with damage. I'm sure he's got damage, but he's only completed 1 lap so far. His first lap time was a 1:10. This is Patrick Hallberg. Let's have a look at the rear right and see if I was correct or not. He's definitely, yeah, it is broken.
Yeah,
so it was broken when he got hit in the first corner. These crosscars are quite weak.
He can stop now.
Only if he's told.
Yeah, but I would tell him if you're a spotter. But look at it. It's just going to be doing more damage to the car. Pull the car over, because he's never ever going to beat Räikkönen.
How do you know?
Well, in case Räikkönen... Okay, so Räikkönen retires on
you
lap
could win
4
the slowest final of the season of all time, but you get 8 points. Yeah. So I'd keep going.
Yeah, good shout. I'll tell you, no, do you know what I'd do? I'd pull up at the side of the road.
No, you can't get lapped.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Let him see whether or not he finishes.
But based on his lap times at the moment...
He won't get lapped. Do you think he will?
He won't...
This is the hardest race I've ever commentated. There's only 2 cars in it.
I don't really understand how... his time... He's done his total time's a 2:08, and the other guy's a 2:28, but he's a lap behind.
Let me shorten that sentence for you. I don't really understand. That's the whole sentence for this final.
Have you ever seen that Gigi Galli clip of him going, I don't know.
Do you know what I'm most disappointed about is I was so looking forward to an absolute banger between the top 3 in the championship. Riasson, Hallberg and Osterberg were all in this race. They were all within 5 points of each other. And thanks to a slightly rubbish bit of contact in turn 1, you know, it's gone. Hallberg's now been lapped, so that's Hallberg is done.
Now he should stop. There's no point continuing.
No, exactly. So now you're down. Is it a DNF anyway if you're lapped?
Yeah.
Right, so Hallberg's now a DNF. So who's left?
Räikkönen, the end. Because
so Räikkönen wins. I'm just writing this on my piece of paper.
Eganson's been disqualified.
So what about the others?
He's been excluded. So I think an exclusion is probably worse than a DNS.
What are the two crosses for Aronen and Osterberg?
Non-start. That's a DNS.
The DNS is that a 0? Is that a 0? we're trying to get a bit of clarification for you. Yes, get in. Job done for Tommi Räikkönen from P6 on the grid. Won't have been what he expected, won't have been the way he wanted to win it, but doesn't really matter. A win's a win. Just don't roll it now doing the donuts.
I feel a bit bad that we haven't given him enough praise in this final, but you know, ultimately he made a great start in the first attempt, stayed out of trouble. You've got to stay out of trouble if you want to succeed, haven't you? And delivered what he needed to do. Done actually some pretty good lap times through the course of the final, enjoying driving on his own, and another home win.
What's this gonna say? Okay. So Tommi Räikkönen wins. It's in English, they just said. Very, very bad English. You speak better Finnish than me being able to say very, very bad English. Let's just try. Come on. No, we're going to do it. They're going to do the interview out there. That's fantastic. Hello, right. This is Andrew in the commentary box. Please, can you say big congratulations to Tommi Räikkönen? It was a great win.
Oikein paljon onnea sulle lähettivät tuolta.
Kiitoksia.
Thanks.
It was a slightly strange race to win. Is that the
Very good race.
Yeah. Yes, Tommi. Is that the strangest race that Tommi has ever won?
Onko tää ihmeellisin kisa, minkä sä oot koskaan voittanut?
Joo, on. Ihan uskomaton.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Eilen oli poroja tiellä, kun mentiin ja nyt voitetaan.
Yesterday he was near to hit the reindeer when he went from the track. So.
Oh, okay. So it's a lucky weekend then. So he didn't hit a reindeer and he did take a win. Look, just tell Tommi thanks so much for taking part in the final. We needed a car out there going quickly. He was the only one, and we're very pleased and congratulations.
Lähettivät kiitoksia sun.
Saan lähettää kiitoksia.
Niin, kiitoksia sun.
Thank you everything, and my service is best.
There we go. My service is best. There's his crew. The family are there. Absolutely fantastic. Tommi Räikkönen takes it. Thank you. Well done.
I actually think it was Tommy that went into the awning yesterday with his kids to see Johan Kristoffersson, and when we were there,
yes,
there's his team. His kids were with him. Johan Kristoffersson's just going to send those kids who were absolutely delighted for their dad. That's quite emotional.
That's lovely.
Home win.
Yeah, me too. That's brilliant. Well, there you go. It's a weird one, but it's cool. Anyway, 8 points to Räikkönen. But most importantly, 5 points to Hallberg. And if our maths are correct, and if they don't give any points to Osterberg and Rierson, who didn't start that, if they give them P3 and P4, this will be different. But at the minute, we think Hallberg is on 130, Rierson is on 129, Osterberg is on 128. But with dropped scores, that will be a slightly different score by the time we get to Arvika. Blimey, this has been the most bonkers set of semi-finals I've ever seen. Finals even. Howman away from the line with Enlund on the outside line. Ouluzone is inside Enlund. I reckon Ouluzone will go joker and Howman will go standard lap. And we're right. So Set have split the strategy and that's worked out absolutely perfectly for them.
It has, absolutely perfectly. Martin Enlund was setting up going for the around the outside move that he's pulled off so many times this weekend. It looked like Tommy Holman was checking up on the brakes to try and turn in. He was actually just backing the pack up, wasn't he? Johan Ouluzone, his teammate for this weekend, ducked into the joker ahead of Hookfist. Simon Olofsson's on the back of Kasper Janssen, but Olofsson's in the no man's land position of P4. Holman's already pulling a gap. What a star performer he's been this year. He's still got 5.5 laps to go to win again, though.
Olofsson's going to get marked here, I'm afraid, because I think the two that have gone joker are going to be able to close the pack down. I mean, nobody's slow here. We'll take a look at the gap between Olofsson. Visually, you can see it's not quite 5.5. It won't be far off. Ouluzonen's got so much clear air, though, and no traffic. I mean, Howman is... Olofsson's gone joker straight away. Olofsson in the background has gone to the joker lap to try and cover off Ouluzone from behind. Ouluzonen's going to get him. And Hockvist has gone through as well. So, yeah, Ouluzone at the back of the pack. There wasn't enough pace there, Hal, and he's dropped down to P6.
No, he had. Well, we don't know what his pace was, really, do we? Because we stopped behind Casper Janssen. Like,
that's what I mean,
Q4,
yeah, as a train.
Q4. P4's no man's land, isn't it? Because you've got to go. He can maybe gain it. Well, all he's got to hope is that these two are going fast enough compared to the three ahead that he could maybe leapfrog them. The trouble for him is the pace is so equal in this category. It's just like Crosscar and Supercar right to the front that it's so difficult to make up that ground.
And yeah, his pace is effectively set by the cars in front of him, wasn't it? It was on the previous one. Casper Janssen goes joke. A bit of understeer on the way in. Janssen got to try and come out in this train of cars now coming down the outside. Not going to be third or fourth. Might get fifth. He's inside Ouluzone. Casper Janssen holds Ouluzone off. Janssen looks to the inside of Hockvist, but can't get through. Gives a little contact to a little rub all the way through. Rubbing's racing, that's fine. Hockvist holds on from Janssen and Ouluzone. So now the train has moved to the back of the pack. Who's left to Joker?
So Tommy Holman up front and Martin Enlund are still left to Joker. There's a couple of teammates of those in this final. Enlund's teammates with Casper Janssen, who's currently running third. No, he must be fourth. The Joker Delta hasn't updated yet. Enlund's going to go again. He's going to go on the final lap together with Tommy Holman.
So it's going to be a case of where Howman and Enlund slot in. Howman back to Ouluzone.
7.4, so I think really Ouluzone is probably going to get Enlund, but not Holman.
That sounds about right, doesn't it? But it's whether or not Enlund. So this is about whether or not Enlund can hold on to P2. And you can see Ouluzone has broken away from the train. Hal?
But if he doesn't get P2, he's going to drop right in behind Ouluzone. And there's a real train behind Ouluzone, isn't there? So that could be pretty interesting going into the final couple of corners on the last lap.
Big bump on that last braking zone. Here we go into the Joker lap for Tommy Howman. Another epic performance from this young Finn. He was so pleased to win yesterday. Not going to jinx him yet. He's got a whole lap to go, but it's just been an absolutely brilliant performance. He is in a different class at the moment in RX Lights here. RallyX Nordic down the back straight. Through comes Howman. Ouluzone going to try and get around the outside of Enlund. Ouluzone needs to shut the door now. Takes P2. Brilliant move. Enlund holds on. The train isn't quite quick enough, and Enlund ends up in P3. So Tommy Howman, what a season he's having. Into Supercar Lights, got third at Nissan first time out. We were like, you know, well, that's a good performance, isn't it? Then he takes the win the following day, takes a win at Hollius, a third at Hollius on the second one, and he's going to take the win yesterday and a win today. It's double home win for Tommy Howman. Fourth win of the season, sixth time on the podium. Ouluzone comes across for P2. It's a set 1-2, and P3 goes to Martin Enlund. Brilliant. Finish 1-2 as well, amazing. Tommy, what a season this is turning into, eh? So it's a double home win in Finland. Congratulations, your fourth win of the year and 6 podiums in a row.
Yeah, thank you. It's quite the result again. Big thanks to my team and all of my partners. It has been an amazing season so far, and one more race to go in August, so looking forward to that.
Yeah, we're looking forward to seeing you in Arvika as well. So glad you've got some partners behind you. I hope we can keep those partners on board, because you have such a fantastic future in this sport. You must be over the moon with how this weekend has gone.
Yeah, I mean, home race is almost the most important for the driver, and winning the both races here now, so it's more than I expected, but yeah, I'm really happy.
Well, it's not more than we expected, mate. It's exactly what we're expecting from you now. It's an incredible season, and we wish you the very best of luck with Arvika later on. We'll see you in Sweden for the championship decider. I think it's going to be a big trophy with your name on it.
Yeah, thanks a lot. See you there.
Cheers, mate. See you later.
Thanks.
Such an instant response from them. They haven't even made it back to the paddock. Final race of the weekend here at Ouluzone in Finland. Supercar Final 4, round 6 of RallyX Nordic. Niklas Gronholm on the pole, Johan Kristoffersson alongside. Then it's Rutkanen and Kalliokoski who will want home wins. Evshan and Eid, teammates on the back row. Here we go. Oh, Gronholm surely creeping on the line, but somehow gets away with it again. Niklas Gronholm down towards turn 1. Johan Kristoffersson alongside, goes out wide. comes in, going to see if he can cut back. Is he going to go Joker straight away? Doesn't, gets inside. Niklas Gronholm on the run down onto the gravel. Rutkanen's gone straight into the Joker. Kristoffersen's not quite close enough. When I saw the graphic at the top of the screen, I thought we were getting a red flag there on the first lap because Gronholm was moving the tiniest bit, but he obviously didn't move enough, Hal.
Kristoffersen's played every card in the book, hasn't he, over the course of his rallycross career, and he was trying all of them, then ran wide into turn one to try and then get the undercut and unsight Niklas Gronholm. Niklas Gronholm saw him coming though, didn't he, and leads on lap one ahead of the triple world champion. This is going to be a proper fight barring any disaster.
Yeah, let's hope we don't have a puncture like we did yesterday. Kristoffersen, I thought at one stage was going to go Joker on lap one. Kristoffersen sideways on the exit. It's Eid who's up into, is it Eid? Yeah, who's up into P3, yes, so Eid is in P3. Evgen went Joker on lap one. Go on.
Sorry, Andrew. Niklas Gronholm 6/10 quicker than Niklas Gronholm through the opening lap. Juha Richtinen leads Sondre Evgen, the two having jokered early on. Next time around, we'll see what the gap is like. Now it's 5.3, so Richtenen's flying under the radar with Topi Heikkinen on the radio.
For me, Kristoffersen's exit from the last corner was slightly more sideways than he would like ideally and scrubbed a little bit of speed off. He's still right there. Remember, Kristoffersen was saving tyres in his semi-final. Has he got enough left to pull something off once we get through to Joker territory? That's a better exit. Gronholm runs a little bit wide, and this time Kristoffersen's closer. I don't think he'll go Joker yet, though. Surely going to want to wait, isn't he? Look how patient again on the throttle, just to the right of the damp pitted track. Just stays on. Bit of rotation on the car as he goes through the bumps.
I think really Kristoffersen needs Ida and Kaliakowski behind to Joker and get out of his way so he can do something different to Gronholm. I'll be staggered if Kristoffersen risks following or gives up by following Gronholm into the Joker lap on the final lap, because he will want to mix it up.
He's got to try. There's no point in not trying. Championship points, okay, yeah, it can be safe, but he's not in any danger, is he, of not finishing the race due to strategy. So we're at the point now where he might as well try to beat him. Gronholm is edging Kristoffersen just a little bit here. Kristoffersen over the finish line now. What is the gap going to be back? Going to go Joker this time? No, he doesn't, so he stays out for another run, but Gronholm's done a good job here. He's just a few car lengths down the road, Hal.
He is, yeah, he's less than a second behind, 0.8. Juha Richtinen stabilised the gap. He just lost a 10th to Niklas Gronholm in that previous lap. 5.9 back Richtinen is to Gronholm.
So Rutkanen could be a danger for Johan Kristoffersen. So Rutkanen, what's the gap between Kristoffersen and Gronholm?
0.8 last time around.
So he's within 5.1. So Rutkanen is 5.1 off the back of Kristoffersen. It doesn't look like he's going to catch up to Eid and Kaliakowski at this stage. One of them's going to have to go on this lap as well, because if anybody wants to make a move, it's got to be this time round. Here we go. Kristoffersen, I think, will go if Gronholm doesn't.
We're into the final lap.
And so he does. Johan's going in, and Gronholm's gone, so both have to go, of course. So they're going in now. Watch out for the outside line for Rutkanen. Where is he? There comes Juha Rutkanen. 4 cars into the Joker. Rutkanen aiming to try and get past Johan Kristoffersen. Kristoffersen on the inside line. Just holds on. Rutkanen can't quite get close up. Brilliant lap by Johan to hold on.
Yeah, I was a little bit confused by the graphic on the top of the screen there. Not completely my fault, but I thought we'd still had 2 to go.
Yeah,
obviously Johan Kristoffersen didn't think that, and he did what I didn't expect and followed Gronholm to the end. Gronholm's been the class of the field, though, in this final.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. Niklas Gronholm, just that little bit of extra pace coming down now. Yesterday got the puncture, missed out. Today, Gronholm takes the home win for GRX over the line. Wins in Oulu, round 6. Kristoffersen gets P2, and Rutkanen 2 Finns on the podium. So I thought Niklas was creeping at the start, but it looks like he wasn't. I think he was. I think he was, but I don't think that's anything like the advantage you got the previous time. That more to me, Hal, is like clutch overheat. You know, when the car's just starting to creep and you reach a point where you go, I've got to go. There's nothing I can do about it. Because you're never ever going to guess the lights twice. Never.
No, I wonder if they've got a little niggle going on with a handbrake or something that's causing it to causing the release to overheat a little bit, or something in the clutch. Maybe they have had clutch problems before, haven't they? Last year. But irrelevant now, isn't it? Nicholas, a wry smile.
There we go. Yeah, he's walking back up towards our TV truck.
See Alexei Koskinen just having a little chat. Nicholas is on
he's
run.
running. Come on, Nicholas. He's literally going to turn right now, 90 right onto the loose as he comes off. There's the door. About to come up the steps. Here he is. Well done, mate. Home win in Finland. Good stuff. Congrats, mate.
Thanks.
So little jog up there, Archers. You don't look like you've broken a sweat, but that was a great win. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Revenge from yesterday.
Yesterday sucked, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. You know, things seemed to go my way yesterday until the puncture. So yeah, happy to get the win today. Was a bit nervous, to be honest. All day we haven't had good launches, and starting from the inside, it's been really tricky. I think it's the worst spot on the grid, and yeah. Now I had a decent launch. The car was crawling a bit.
We just saw.
Happy that the green light came on, because it would have been. I couldn't hold it anymore.
So that was what happened the previous session when you and Johan left. Johan goes, "You got a good start in Q3, mate," and that was different to the final. The final, it looked like it was creeping, whereas the Q3 looked like maybe you got away with it.
Yeah, that was a bit worse.
Or a bit better.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. But yeah, I think the 3 last starts, the car was scrolling a bit, and I was struggled to.
We can show you. Do you want to see we'll see the final start here, Niklas. So let's get it up on our monitor for Niklas, and we can see. So here you are on the inside. Talk us through. Cool.
Yeah, as you can see, it's close, but okay. This time it was still okay, but yeah.
I think that's quite okay, isn't it?
Yeah. It's yeah. But anyway, I had a good run into, turn 1. I could catch Johan. He took me on the first few meters over the bump, and then I got him on the gears. So yeah.
He was right there on the first lap, but you just looked like you had a little bit more ultimate pace than him as the race went on. You were able to pull out a gap.
Yeah, I mean, it's been the same all week, and I think second and third lap has been the best for me. I think when the tires get a bit, heat in them, it's been easier for me also to try to push. The first lap is always a bit cautious and so on, but yeah, I was trying to avoid any mistakes. Now the bump in turn 2 wasn't so bad, so I was maybe a bit too careful, but otherwise quite clean.
We're going to take a quick look at the championship standings. Let's have a look at this. So Johan Kristoffersson on 137 points, Niklas Gronholm on 110, Evgen 108 and Fraser on 102. Is this with dropped scores taken into account? It is. So this is with dropped scores. So this will be going into the final round at Arvika. Enzo Eid is in 5th on 76, Carlson on 71. Niklas, I don't know whether you're going to be busy later on in the year or not, but I'm kind of thinking maybe you should come to Arvika. I mean, could we?
I mean, no, I don't think so.
Okay, fair enough.
This was the extra round for me. It was quite close to come here. Only 9 hours drive ahead of me now.
Tonight, you go. Yeah. No celebrations then.
No.
What about the ice hockey?
Exactly. I think I will put somebody else to drive my camper, and I will be watching the final for sure in the backseat.
Are you going to win? It's Finland, that is.
Yeah, you never know. It's looking at the team going into the games, it looked like they won't stand a chance, but they have surprised again. So let's see.
I've had people messaging from Canada this afternoon who are watching. You're going to beat Canada, aren't you?
Let's see. We did it 2 years ago, so hoping that they can do it again.
Brilliant to get a win under your belt. Obviously, you're hoping that Finland will win tonight, but for you today to win, put yesterday's disappointment behind you, going into the rest of the year and whatever plans you've got. I think great to win, great to beat Johan in a head-to-head fight, because there was little to choose between you. It must help with the self-confidence.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, we came here once again this was more for me to get more racing under the belt and competing against Johan and the other fast guys. So yeah, happy to get the win, but I think this weekend was a bit more for me to get more driving, and we didn't maybe do as much testing as we did in Helios. But the things we did, I think we again learned a bit from the car and what works and what doesn't. This track is obviously there's a lot of tarmac, so maybe these settings can be helpful on some tracks when there's
conditions are similar. Yeah. Awesome. Well, look, congratulations. Unlucky for yesterday. Well done for today. Good luck for tonight as a nation. And yeah, mate, well done. Congrats.
Thank you.
Cheers, Niklas. Great to have Niklas Gronholm in here, the winner of round 6 of RallyX Nordic in Supercar. Let's take a look at the standings for Supercar Lights. Tommy Howman on 141 from Nils Andersson on 109. They do have to compete at the final round, though. So in theory, even if Nils wins with a 30 and Howman gets 0, Howman is the champion. So in theory, Tommy Howman takes the championship for Supercar Lights. But as I say, because of the fact he has to go to Arvika, how we need to wait to declare him champion.
Which is almost a little bit of a shame, isn't it, that he doesn't get to have that massive celebration, but ultimately it won't matter to him at all.
No, it's fine. If you win, you win. Okay, that's interesting, isn't it? So we had them down as 2-3 points apart without dropped scores. Now we've dropped the scores. It is a 3-way draw between Hallberg, Osterberg and Rierson, according to our calculations. I
feel terribly sorry for Osterberg and Rierson not to restart that final, but the net result for us as fans and commentators of the sport is brilliant, that it's a 3-way tie. It's a winner-takes-all situation.
It kind of reminds me of McRae versus Sainz on Rally GB. You know, there was a bit of injustice at the previous round and it came down to just a punch up in the forest in Wales. So the difference is it will be in Sweden instead. Simon Tiger, 131 points from Matthias Janssen. So the DQ is his dropped score. He's only 29 points clear, I think. And so in theory, Janssen could get it if Simon had an absolute shocker. Norman can equal Janssen just, but yeah, so still to play for. Crosscar Junior, 5 points between Lucas Andersson and Alex Gustafsson. Rasmus Persson on 103, Julalami Nilsson Hallinen, and so on. Well, that was mad, wasn't it? We've done 6 rounds of RallyX Nordic in, what is it, 5 weeks or 6 weeks? It's not many, I know
6
that.
6 weeks, something like that, isn't it?
So which has been incredible. Hal, an absolute pleasure. I look forward to joining you in the commentary box again in Arvika. So August, come on, we're going to have some bets on. I can't call Crosscar.
It's very. I mean, aside from lights and supercar, the rest of the classes and open two-wheel drive, but. In Crosscar Junior, in Supercar and Supercar Lights, it's a foregone conclusion, isn't it?
Yeah.
But the rest of the classes is going to be, the points are so close, aren't they? The racing's been brilliant this weekend. It's been brilliant all season. Absolutely love being part of this championship.
Yeah,
and there's going to be some, Arvika's a great, proper old school rallycross track as well. And I think there'll be a big entry and a lot of action.
Yeah, really looking forward to it. So we have one round 7 of RallyX Nordic to come. As Hal said, a couple of the championships look like they're done deals. But you know what? When the championships are done deal, that normally means everybody else goes full send to try and maybe get the P3. You know, you don't want to go home without a trophy, do you? Maybe they just want to get one of these. Who knows? But it's been brilliant. Thank you for joining us over the last few weeks. Thank you to the TV team for a lot of hard work in turning things around in that time. And we will see you in Arvika in August.